Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 16 Pro and compare it against the iPhone 12 Pro and see which particular iPhone is a better one for you. Now, I will probably tell you for the everyday average person out there, the iPhone 16 Pro is a significantly better phone to go ahead and buy than the iPhone 12 Pro. In fact, I don't know why anyone would want to buy a 12 Pro over the 16 Pro, but if you currently own an iPhone 12 Pro, maybe you want to keep it. But there's also a lot of iPhones in between these two that I would recommend buying as well. But if you want to, if at any point you want to buy either one of these phones or any phones in between, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these phones, the iPhone 12 Pro, which came out back in 2020, on the front side of this particular phone, is basically giving you a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. And it's a pretty good looking panel, right? I think this type of screen looks very, very good. And I feel like if you're going to go and buy a phone, this thing looks pretty solid. The only thing is it's a 60 hertz panel. You're getting the notch up top and there's a little bit of bezel around it. It's also not like the brightest display of all time, but it's not like a terrible display either. And I do feel like if you're going to go and buy a phone, you could definitely do a lot worse. But this is still like a pretty decent performing device in terms of the panel when it comes down to it. Not perfect, but a good type of device for sure. Now, on the iPhone 16 Pro, on the other hand, this phone is giving you a 6.3-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this panel is overall bigger. You're also getting the dynamic island, which I prefer a lot more. It's a 120 Hz ProMotion panel as well, so this is a way better panel. It's brighter, higher refresh rate, and the dynamic island. Basically everything you'd ever want inside of a screen. It's significantly better on the iPhone 16 Pro than the iPhone 12 Pro, and I would probably say that in and of itself would be a big enough reason to probably upgrade, to be honest. Now, for the rest of the bodies, you can kind of see there are some slight differences here. So with something like the iPhone 16 Pro, you are basically getting this, you're getting flat sides on both, but the 12 Pro does have this reflective material, which is kind of nice. The 16 Pro is giving you these buttons here, as well as the action button on the 16 Pro. The iPhone 12 Pro is just giving you this ringer on-off switch. Nothing at the very top. On the bottom, Lightning port on the iPhone 12 Pro, USB Type-C port on the iPhone 16 Pro. That's such a significant upgrade. I love having USB-C, and it's so nice to basically just be able to plug that in inside all my phones. So you have that type of capability on the iPhone 16 Pro. On the other side, you can see that the iPhone 12 Pro reflective side, iPhone 16 Pro standard side, you're getting a camera button on the iPhone 16 Pro right there. So you can click onto this button, you can use it as an actual camera button, which is really cool. And I haven't really used it that much, but it's still a really nice feature to have. On the back side, I kind of have like the same color on both, which is kind of interesting. So triple camera setups on the top left corner, LiDAR sensors right here, MagSafe capability on both, wireless charging on both, IP certification on both as well. So there is definitely a lot of overlap here between both of these phones. They both look and perform fairly the same, at least on the back side. But look how much bigger the camera setup is on the iPhone 16 Pro. Like, that is a significant difference for sure. So what I'll tell you, at least from the exterior, definitely a way better performing device on the exterior on the iPhone 16 Pro. The 16 Pro holds up very, very well. I think the iPhone 12 Pro is a good phone and everything like that, but the iPhone 16 Pro definitely does a way better job here from the exterior. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. Now, in terms of the software longevity, it's quite clear that the iPhone 12 Pro is not going to last that long compared to the iPhone 16 Pro. The 16 Pro just came out, like this phone is just getting started. The iPhone 12 Pro probably has like another 2-3 years ahead of it, maybe. So maybe it'll last until iOS 20 or 21. I would love that. But if it doesn't, it's at least lasting for like another 2 years, I would say, right? So these phones aren't going anywhere today or tomorrow or next year or the year after. But if you're wanting the longer lasting phone, clearly it's going to be the iPhone 16 Pro. This phone is going to be lasting a significantly longer amount of time. If you're wanting the phone that's going to last longer, it's definitely going to be the iPhone 16 Pro. So that kind of covers it up there as well. Now let's go do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 16 Pro has that Apple A18 Pro chip inside of it with 8 GB of RAM, where the iPhone 12 Pro has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 6 GB of RAM. So let's go see which one's a faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background. So let's get into it. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. Same thing almost. Music 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go into settings 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same thing too. The App Store 3, 2, 1. And the 16 Pro definitely faster here. 12 Pro a little bit behind. Scrolling through, I don't know if there's like a big massive difference here, but definitely I would still say the 16 Pro is probably going to be the faster one there. Let's go into cameras, 3, 2, 1. Totally messed that one up, by the way. So let's just go out of this one. Let's do photos, 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Hopping out of here. Let's get into some other ones. Let's go into do something like Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. One of my favorite games to test. It's just an easy game that just loads up all the time. Sometimes I get into these random pop-ups like on this one. Literally like maybe like a second and a half delay on this because of me exiting out of those apps. But even with that delay, it still would have been significantly faster on the iPhone 16 Pro. I think that's probably one of the more clear examples of that. Hopping out of this one, let's go get out of this. Okay, let's click play. Now, even when I clicked play, it like took a longer time on the 12 Pro. Little glitches here and there when you kind of get into the game, so it's just one thing to keep in mind. Hopping out of there, let's do pew pew 3, 2, 1. 12 Pro actually was faster there. I don't know why that was a faster one. That was kind of surprising. Subway Surfers, which I still don't have here. Let's go into something like Snapchat 3, 2, 1. Again, 16 Pro is the faster one there. Hopping out of here, let's go and get into Facebook 3, 2, 1. Okay, this one I am logged in, so that might be a little bit of an annoying process. Hopping out of here, I'm trying to see what other applications I have, but these applications on my 12 Pro are just scattered all over the place, so I'm not really too sure which ones I even have similar at this point. But what I will definitely tell you is between both these devices, the 16 Pro is definitely going to be the faster phone here in basically every single way. If you're going to go through and pick up a phone, it's clearly going to be the iPhone 16 Pro that's going to be the faster one. There could be some examples where the 12 Pro is still going to be handling things pretty well, but in my personal opinion, it really is going to be the iPhone 16 Pro that's going to be the faster one with more RAM as well. So keep that in mind as well. Now on top of that, when it comes down to the camera side, both these phones, as I mentioned before, are giving you triple camera setups. So that is something that's really nice to have. Wide ultra-wide telephoto lenses on both these phones. So they're both giving you 4K at 60 on the front and the back, but the iPhone 12 Pro is giving you 4K at 120 frames per second, which is really nice. The 16 Pro is also giving you this camera button right here too, where if you hold it down, it'll go and load into the camera for you, which is genuinely a really cool feature. Now, when you're actually in the camera applications, you can see for yourself that for the most part, there's still a lot of overlap here. So they look relatively the same, but the iPhone 16 Pro can zoom in 25x, where the iPhone 12 Pro can only zoom in 10x. So that right there is a pretty big difference. You're getting portrait mode on both. You're getting the spatial mode inside of your 16 Pro that you are not getting inside of your 12 Pro. On top of that, this cinematic mode that you're getting inside of your iPhone 16 Pro is not available on your 12 Pro. That was a feature that came out on the iPhone 13 Pro. So you're definitely getting the overall way better camera on the iPhone 16 Pro. It's going to take better photos and videos, and you're going to have more modes that you can film in as well. And you have that camera button there that allows you to go ahead and not only take photos and videos, but you can zoom in and zoom out of photos and videos as well. So what I'll probably tell you is that in almost every single way, the iPhone 12 Pro is not as good of a phone to the 16 Pro. Like the 16 Pro is a really, really good phone, right? It's one of the best iPhones you can buy. It basically has everything you'd ever want inside of a phone. It's a faster phone, better display, better battery life, better cameras, longevity. This phone's going to last longer. Just everything you'd really want in a phone is there on an iPhone 16 Pro. I think the 12 Pro is still okay if you own it. Like if nothing really in this video strikes you off, then of course just keep your 12 Pro. But there are still lots of phones in between that I'd also recommend buying. I think the iPhone 14 Pro and 13 Pro are very good phones. I also think the iPhone 15 Pro, if you want a little bit of a better device, the 15 Pro is also a very good iPhone to buy as well. So you genuinely can't go wrong with either one, but that's kind of how both these phones kind of compare. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.